Hello everyone, my name is Kratika Saxena and welcome to the first official video on my YouTube channel. I've actually wanted to start YouTube for a really long time, but I just kept waiting for that perfect time to arrive. And then I realized if I keep waiting, this video would never really happen. So here we are. And I thought what better way to start this channel than talking about the journey that completely changed the last 1 year of my life, the JEE drop year. So let's begin. A year ago, I took one of the most impulsive decisions of my life. I decided to take a drop for JEE. Now, before anyone thinks that I had a 20-page master plan to execute this successfully, no, definitely not. I literally decided that inside my first bit-size examination center. Yes, during BitSet. Looking back, now I think it was either incredibly brave or incredibly stupid. Thankfully, things worked out pretty well. Last year, I had scored around 85 percentile in JEE Mains. It wasn't where I wanted to be. At that point, the most realistic college option I had was Bennett University. I also had a chance of getting into JP Noida through my board's percentage, but that didn't work out because I scored around 93 percentage in boards and it wasn't enough for the admission route I was aiming for. So now I had two choices, either to take admission in Bennett University or give myself one honest try by taking a drop. I knew that if I chose Bennett, life would move on, and maybe I would have been happy there too. But somewhere deep down, I always knew that I would have this one question in my mind: what if I had taken one more chance? And I didn't want to live with that question. Once the decision was made, the next question was obvious: how was I going to prepare? So I decided to study completely online and studied throughout my year through PW. And I studied through PW one short lectures and revised my chapters through that. Then did the 5 year PYQs of each chapter, and that was pretty much my practice. Yes, I obviously gave a few mock tests here and there, but that was it. Nothing fancy, nothing hi fi, no secret strategy. I just stick to one platform and trusted the process. But honestly, taking a drop was one thing, and convincing my parents for that was another. This wasn't the easiest conversation because asking for one more year just for one single exam is scary to any parent. But once they agreed, they never looked back, and I feel really lucky about that. Throughout my entire journey, they supported me in every possible way. I genuinely couldn't have asked for anything more. They believed in me more than I believed in myself. But since the drop year was my decision, I constantly had that one single fear: what if I let them down? And I can bet anyone who takes a drop year always have this thought at some point in their journey. For the first few months, things were going pretty well. I just studied, made timetables, didn't follow half of them, made new timetables, the classic JEE journey, you all know. But once the months of November and December arrived, things started falling apart. My mock test scores weren't where I wanted them to be. I started losing confidence, and I had reached a point literally where I told everyone that I would barely clear the cutoff. Imagine taking an entire drop year and then expecting just the cutoff. Looking back, I feel confidence doesn't disappear in a single day. It disappears little by little every time you stop believing in yourself. Now in my journey, then came the night of 31st December. Now this is going to sound very dramatic, but that's what reality is. When everyone else was busy celebrating New Year's Eve, I was scrolling through Instagram and then I came across this random IIT reel. Now before anyone thinks, बस एक reel देख के life बदल गई. No, this is not the reality. The reality is that single reel changed something inside me and affected me in a way that nothing else had done at that time. Through that reel, I realized that why I had taken drop in the first place. Not to guarantee myself a rank, not to guarantee myself a college, not because I already knew that if I took a drop, I would succeed definitely. Nobody does. But just to give myself one last honest chance. I gave myself one last honest chance so that I don't regret that I didn't try it to the very last. And that thought changed my point of view very much. From that night onwards, I stopped calculating percentiles every 5 minutes. I stopped worrying about the worst possible result. I just studied. For the next 21 days, I literally studied for 14 to 16 hours each day. Now I think I still don't know how I did that. But at that time, the motivation was automatically really high. The sleep was optional at that time. My days and nights became messy. But then also, I wasn't studying out of fear. I was just studying out of my own motivation. And about those 21 days, I'm still proud of them. Not because I studied so long each day, but because when I had given up on myself completely, I still stood up again and tried till the very end. And then finally, exam day arrived, and honestly, I wasn't scared anymore because I was satisfied that if I scored around 110 marks and at least get 95 percentile, I would be really happy. I thought I would improve in the second attempt, but for that attempt, it was it. That was generally my expectations. But then, when result came, the percentile was 97.16, All India rank 44,644. I wasn't genuinely expecting it and I was really surprised. But I scored more marks than I had expected, and my shift turned out to be on the harder side, so my percentile was also much higher than what I had imagined. I know 97 percentile isn't some unbelievable achievement. Many students score much higher, but for me, going from 84 to 97 was a huge jump, and that made my entire drop year worth it for me. The biggest lesson that I learned through this entire journey has nothing to do with studies. I just realized one thing, that I spent a lot of time thinking about what if I can't do it? What if I fail again? What if I let anyone down again? The half of my battle was with these what ifs and the voice inside my head that kept telling me maybe I can't do it. So I just want to tell you one thing. Never reject yourself before life gets a chance to surprise you. Always give yourself one honest try, cause you also don't know what you are capable of and you can achieve much higher things than you imagine. Anyway, that's the story of my drop year. This video wasn't meant to teach you how to crack JEE. There are people far more qualified than me to do that. That wasn't the point of this video. I just wanted to share my story because maybe someone out there is standing exactly where I was a year ago, confused, scared, unsure of whether to believe in themselves or not. If that's you, I just hope you give yourself one honest chance. Study with a good heart, do it for a reason that genuinely matters to you, and whatever happens after that, at least you'll know that you tried. As for this channel, this is just the beginning. I'm starting engineering soon, learning coding, trying to improve my communication skills, documenting college life, and basically figuring things out one step at a time. So if you'd like to be the part of this journey, you're most welcome. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.